Dramatic win by winning the Basel Grand Prix in May.
Okay, tail of the tape, 32 years old for both fighters, 6'1" to 6'4", Aerts the taller. 220 to 238, 18-pound weight advantage for Aerts. 19 knockouts for Venetiaan in his 36 wins.
About Aerts and K1 going hand in hand. It is so true.
Venetiaan has some recent wins, but he doesn't have any victories over any of the big guys here tonight, where Peter Aerts has defeated most all the fighters that are even fighting tonight, as well as having such a history in K1 that he can never be discounted, even with the troubles he's had the last 2 years.
74 wins. These two guys are the same age, 32 years old for the history that they have.
A lot of fights for Peter Aerts, nearly 100 times in the ring. Can he come back from the troubles of the last 24 months since his stunning knockout loss to Stefan Leko in August of 2001 at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas? He's been injured, had trouble getting in the ring, finding opponents, staying healthy to be able to stay in there with some of the tougher fighters. This is going to be a big test for him tonight.
Fight number 4 of our final elimination. 3 men already have made their way from tonight's action to the Tokyo Dome. Ray Sefo, Peter Graham, and Alexei Ignashov. 4 more to come to join Musashi there for the final 8. Peter Aerts, of course, in the red trunks. Venetiaan in the blue on the right of your screen. 6'4" is Peter Aerts.
Venetiaan working his way into this contest by winning the Grand Prix elimination in Basel, Switzerland back in May of this year. Will he be able to stay with someone as experienced as Aerts?
Peter Aerts approaches the fight just looking at early on as one who can finish things with one punch, and we know he's that type of fighter early in his career. Can he do it now, though, is a big question mark, both in the fans' mind and perhaps in his mind. And that would be a dangerous thing for him. Start questioning yourself at this point of your career.
Does he still have the confidence? Right now he looks a little tentative. He's always been a slow starter. Right hand
should zip on that.
Now, Venetiaan with a big looping right hand, just landed high on the head. Aerts seeming to measure Venetiaan, trying to get an idea of what the guy's got. Okay.
Right hand from Peter Aerts.
Oh, that hurt Venetiaan also. See him backing up, just trying to stay out of the way of catching another one.
Good tactic from Venetiaan. Use those kicks, keep Peter Aerts at bay.
No losses for Venetiaan yet. As we said, he's 36-0-1.
I really love this format they have, both this year and as they did last year in Saitama. 7 super fights, and the winners go to the Grand Prix. What a tremendous night of fighting for the fans here and for the fans all around the world on pay-per-view.
Tokyo coming up in less than 60 days, and we'll have it here on pay-per-view.
Three times now, Venetiaan has felt the sting of that glove on his nose from Peter Aerts.
That right hand was not a knockdown, but I'll tell you, Venetiaan went down on on both knees to catch a few seconds recovery time.
Final seconds of round number 1, scheduled for 3. Few things in Peter Aerts' life go as scheduled. Certainly the more active there, I'll give him that round. Looking composed as always. He could probably be his own manager. He knows enough about this fight game, enough about himself.
Action from the first round. You see that right hand by Aerts being perfectly placed. Venetiaan moves back, trying to get out of the range and catching another one here. You see the hands go up, start to flail a little. He catches the right, he goes down on both knees. I think that was planned to catch a little bit of recovery time. This is another shot of it. Aerts, master of the right hand, knows just when to throw it, just when to go over top of the defense of Venetiaan.
Ready for round 2 now.
Venetiaan anxious to get out there and get going. That would have been Aerts' round in round 1. I'd have had him ahead by probably a full point.
Venetiaan in the blue trunks with the white trim. Aerts, of course, in the red and the black.
Aerts stalking, looking for the right hand, it seems.
He is indeed looking for the big finish. But he'll take any avenue to Tokyo right now.
Anything he can. He impressed the Japanese audience earlier this year with a knockout win over Nakasako at the Beast 2 contest. Now, one thing we're not seeing, Lon, is the kicking from Peter Aerts that we usually do. It's almost all hands.
Well, that was not anywhere near a knockdown. That was retreat, and trip from Jerrel Venetiaan.
Trip and get out of the way of any more punches. Venetiaan is the one looking tentative now.
We've seen that from Peter Aerts. That's his mantra tonight. Stalk, throw a left jab, and come with a right bomb.
Venetiaan has to get more aggressive. He's going to lose a lot of points just from being so passive in the ring. That right hand in the first round must have hurt even worse than it looked. Venetiaan is very gun shy.
Still to come, Bob Sapp taking on Remy Bonjasky.
Oh, good body punch. Right hand to the head, leg kick by Aerts. Oh, now he's all over Venetiaan. Venetiaan's corner's telling him he's got to go. He's got an excellent trainer, Johan Voss, over there. He's telling him he's got to get aggressive.
Oh, good left hand. That's the first big left we've seen from Aerts.
Trade of jabs. Venetiaan won that trade.
Very methodical Peter Aerts, building points, looking for the big opening. If it comes, okay. If not, still outpointing his fellow countrymen.
He's getting the job done, but does not look like the Peter Aerts of old. Never been the prettiest fighter in the ring in combinations and technique, but he always hit real hard with the right hand, and he set it up well with his kicks. Tonight he just doesn't look like he's got much of a plan other than just try to form an opening and land the right.
Well, Venetiaan has not fought really enough in this type of format to give a history. And so perhaps Peter Aerts feeling that it's a little bit safer to try to learn this fighter early on, because he may not have much information on how Venetiaan fights. That's the end of round number 2. And of course, we've mentioned it, but December 6th from Tokyo, Japan, the Tokyo Dome, our next K1 pay-per-view will be the K1 World Grand Prix final. As we've said, Musashi, Ray Sefo, Peter Graham, Alexei Ignashov have all made their way there already. We'll name the rest of the field tonight as it unfolds.
Peter Aerts with the left hand to the body. There it is again. Just slips under the elbow. Not much damage. But Venetiaan has done almost nothing to build up any kind of points in this fight. So I would have Peter Aerts ahead right now by 2 points.
It's not a bad fight plan for Peter Aerts either.
Well, he just needs to win this fight. He's got his eyes on Tokyo.
It's not a tournament night. He doesn't have to go again tonight.
That's right. There's no advantage in an early knockout, really. If he wins the fight, then he's in.
Round number 3 of this 3-rounder. Jerrel Venetiaan from Holland, 32 years old, 6'1", 220 in the blue trunks. Peter Aerts, the K1 legend, the 3-time K1 World Grand Prix winner in the red and black trunks. And He'll mix it up as much as Venetiaan wants, but Peter Aerts just wants to be done and win.
One of the few kicks we've seen from Aerts tonight. Well placed, though.
You're allowed to grab the opponent's leg, throw one technique, and then release. Nice. That's the best shot of the night for Venetiaan, just clipping the nose of Peter Aerts, but then he pays for it fivefold.
See Venetiaan backing off. Right hand hurt him again.
No, you can't do that. Aerts trapped in the ropes.
Being warned by the referee now, by Arakawa. Venetiaan not to do that.
Like a spider going after a bug trapped in the web. Venetiaan went after Aerts thinking he had a great opportunity.
No fighting when the fighter is impeded. This is round number 3. Venetiaan is behind. He is way too passive to be thinking about winning this fight on decision. He has got to get going.
That is some heavy leather being thrown by Peter Aerts. Those aren't real fast punches, but they are heavy.
Well, it's something that they say you can't teach someone to do is hit hard. You can teach them to hit harder, but certain fighters can land the hard stuff and certain guys never can. Peter Aerts always has been able to. He's had that natural knockout ability.
1 minute left in the fight.
56 KOs for Peter Aerts. Will he get one tonight? He's got 1 minute left to make it 57.
Look at him move forward constantly. Peter Aerts on the offense.
Venetiaan a little busier now. No real damage, though, from any of those techniques.
Too late.
Too little, too late for Venetiaan.
Well, not a bad knee strike, glancing as it was from Venetiaan to finish off the final seconds of his battle with Peter Aerts, and that will do it. I don't know why Venetiaan has his arms up in the air, but maybe because he survived Peter Aerts.
Well, at least the third round was closer. Venetiaan was able to do a little bit. Aerts did enough to stay ahead. I'd have had that last round a half point for Aerts, but he's well ahead of Venetiaan on the judges' scorecards, in my opinion.
I agree with that. Not that it means much more than what you just said.
Well, we're not the judges, but I'd give it to Aerts. He did what he needed to do. That's his best punch of the fight right there, that right hand. Venetiaan can take a shot. Say that for him.
He can say to his grandkids, look, this scar is from Peter Aerts.
I didn't win the fight, but I took some good shots. He just doesn't have enough experience, I don't think, to be fighting guys like Peter Aerts and winning those fights.
I agree. He's got a lot of ring experience, but not here in K1. And it is a different game. And bottom line is, it's going to the judges, ready for the decision and the announcement.
30対29赤ピーターズジャッジ友武隆夫30対29赤ピーターズ
And that will do it. Unanimous decision for the Dutch lumberjack.
Amazingly enough, Venetiaan walked off shaking his head side to side as though he didn't agree with the decision.
So Peter Aerts once again advances to Tokyo in the K1 World Grand Prix Finals, attempting to join Ernesto Hoost as the only 4-time champion of K1 World Grand Prix event. Ernesto, of course, winning his 4th last year. Peter Aerts with a chance to match that feat. Aerts with 3 victories, Hoost with 4. That's 7 of the 10 that have been crowned.